letting up a lot of goals.
No, they kind of solved that.
Well, they did the last couple of days.
They solved that.
But last week they gave up a lot of goals along the way. Some of the games they won, by the way.
But they seem to have Coach Trotz. I think he read him the riot act at practice last week because
Trotz did not look happy a couple of those games.
He's a defensive guy, Coach Trotz. So that's something that needed to be dealt with, and they dealt with it. So they have a couple of wins in a row. Beat the Devils 4-3 in overtime. I don't know if anybody saw the highlight. Matthew Barzal with the overtime goal. Oh my God, that kid has wheels.
He's good. I like him. I like him a lot.
I can't believe how fast he is. It's frightening how fast he is.
Last year when I started to watch him, I'm like, you know what, this guy's good.
He's real good, and he's only going to get better.
And you know what,
He's like Luis Severino, young kid getting better.
Well, I the thing I look at him as, and he's sort of fitting it right now. I don't miss John Tavares that much.
I do.
I do. I wonder how.
I keep thinking about how much better this team would be with John Tavares.
Well, I'm sure they would be better, but they're not as bad as they could have been without him. I think that's a good way to look at it.
I said this a few weeks ago. When a star player leaves or gets hurt, the other players finally get it that we can't rely on him to do everything. Right. And that doesn't exist. That sense doesn't exist when the player is there. Even though the teammates will say, well, we know we all have to contribute and we can't just leave it all to JT.
Right.
But that's what happened a lot of times.
That's true.
And if Tavares didn't get it done, it didn't get done. Now all these guys are looking at each other around the room and they're saying, you know what? JT's not here. We gotta get it done ourselves. And different guys have to step up. And that's the mentality of the 80s teams. Because those guys,
right? It
was a balance. So that's how the Islanders are getting it done. Nick Leddy the other night against I think it was against Jersey it was against the Devils. Nick Leddy went end to end, looking like Dennis Potvin from back in the day,
or Bob Bourne,
Dennis Potvin from behind the goal.
Bourne did it against the Kings one time.
Well, that too, but Dennis Potvin's a defenseman, so is Nick Leddy. But Leddy went end to end and then jammed in his own rebound, and just a beautiful goal. So, here the Islanders are. They're playing the Capitals tonight at the Barclays Center. Washington, as we've said in this crazy Metropolitan Division before, Capitals have zoomed into first place on the strength of 5 straight wins and 6 wins in their last 7 games. So they go from being from suffering cup hangover, as I like to call it, to now they're back in first place.
By 1 point.
29,
29, Columbus is 28, Rangers and Islanders are at 26.
Yeah, so a win tonight just for the Islanders just tightens it up just a little bit more.
It's amazing. This is a great division. This is going to be the division where people say, "Oh, the team should have made the playoffs," and they don't.
It's an aggravating division. If you're an Islanders fan, you're going to sit there and 1 week you're going to be in first place, and the next week you're going to be in fourth place, and you're only going to be 2 points out of first place. So it's a tough division where there's going to be a lot of ups and downs, and there's not going to be a lot of winning streaks because so many of these teams are so even that there's a lot of parity in this division. And like the Islanders playing at home against the Capitals, I don't care about the 5-game winning streak. I'm pretty sure the Islanders are going to win tonight because they've been outstanding at home and they've been really pretty poor on the road. So, I mean, they lost that game to the Rangers last week, 5-0 at the Garden.
Right. Oh, horrible.
It was a disaster. But at home, the Rangers can't win in the Barclays Center. So
nope.
It's made a difference for the Islanders, and I'm hoping that it's the same impact at the Coliseum when they play on Saturday. They're playing.
Excuse me, NYCB Live.
Yeah, okay, whatever.
Yeah,
I call it Shea Stadium still too. So
yeah, I do too.
But yeah, Saturday against the Columbus Blue Jackets. By the way, I checked. I think it was StubHub. Not to give them a plug, but tonight's game tickets at the Barclays Center $7. They're available as low as $7.
Right.
Saturday's game, the lowest ticket $57.
Yeah.
Think people are happy about the Coliseum being back in business?
Oh, you bet. Well, one thing I like about the Coliseum thing, just the whole thing was a mess. It was a bad thing that Charles Wong did by going to the Barclays. As much as he saved the Islanders, and I know he's a dead man now and everything, and he did save the Islanders from moving.
Don't talk bad about Charles.
But at the same time, this whole thing with the Coliseum and the Belmont Place and the Barclays. It's just a total mess still. And I'm glad the Islanders are going to be playing at the Coliseum.
Construction has begun.
Yes, it has.
Let's go. Get it done.
But they figure out a lot of things over at Belmont. How they're going to get the traffic in and out of there? Because, as you know, brother, I grew up right across from Belmont for a year and a half. I know.
Well, you lived there. You didn't grow up there.
No, I grew up right across the street from Belmont. Yeah, I did.
In Massapequa.
No, in Elmont.
You didn't grow up in Elmont.
I'm sorry. I lived in Elmont.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
For a year and a half.
I said that, and you disagreed with me.
Oh, I'm sorry. Did I say grow up? Okay.
You have to listen.
Anyway,
every
and
once in a while, brother.
I know what the traffic can be
I know.
on days there.
We've had this conversation.
So I know.
We don't need to have it again.
Yes, we do. It's a reminder. What they have to do is
they're going to work out the mass transit.
Well, no, they're not, because it's not going to happen.
They are.
What they have to figure out is they have to put another lane or two on the Cross Island to get up to the Northern State and the LIE, and then down to the Southern State. They have to do it.
If there's room on the shoulders, they'll get it done.
They have to do it, because if they don't, it's going to be horrible leaving and going there. And also,
they'll get it done. You'll be harping on them for the next 3 years about it.
Well, someone's got to remind them. Think about this. We're here at Nassau Community College. There's a train track on the campus.
Yes, I know.
And you know what they used to use it for? The circus. The circus would come into town.
Delivering animals.
And no, I don't think the animals. I think the people lived in there, and then they would put them in a bus and they'd bring them over to the Coliseum. But they easily could have extended that train track right to the Coliseum when they built it in 1972.
Absolutely.
And they didn't. That helped just make that whole area what it should have been, which is coming up now. This is like this hub.
All right.
But it didn't happen.
See, when you say who cares about the Yankees, who cares about this train?
I'm just saying, brother.
All right, let's move on.
I'm a Mets fan. I don't care about the Yankees. That's why I say I don't care about the Yankees.
Let's move on. Let's move on.
You're a jerk.
Thank you.
Anyway, brother, let's quickly talk about soccer. We got about 7 minutes before Big Ed shows up with the Good Gold Show. The Red Bulls lost.
Red Bulls are in trouble.
3-1 is 3-0
3-0.
to Atlanta United. At least they have a regular name. That's a pretty big thing, isn't it?
That was yesterday's game in the first leg of the Eastern Conference Final. First of all, impressive, very impressive that they had 70,000 people in Atlanta for the game at Mercedes-Benz Stadium. So hats off to Atlanta United for
that's pretty darn good.
What do you mean pretty darn? It's outstanding. 70,000 people for a soccer game in America. So nice job by Atlanta United, but bad job by the Red Bulls, because to lose the first leg 3-0, they're in such enormous trouble that I can't. I don't even have the words for how much trouble they're in.
Well,
they have to win 4-0.
Right, that's why
for the return leg.
But that's why this whole playoff system is a disaster.
Why?
They don't do it during the season, so why would you do it?
This is how. What would you do if let's say the Red Bulls win the next game 1-0? Is that the same as 3-0?
No, but I'd make it 2 out of 3.
Well, what can I tell you? They want to end the season. You want to extend the season. They want to end the season.
Yeah, but
you gripe about them playing in December.
I do.
Now you have them playing at Christmas.
Right, but you tighten up the season. That's all.
You can't do that.
Yes, you can.
No, you can't. Guys run 10 miles when they play.
I know.
You can't just dismiss that. So anyway, the Red Bulls are in trouble. They need to at the very least return serve and win by a minimum of 3-0. On Sunday.
But that's not going to happen. Atlanta's just going to play defense the entire game.
They're going to try to, and the Red Bulls have to come out and just go all out and just keep pushing forward and run the risk of Atlanta scoring a road goal. And if Atlanta scores once at Red Bull Arena on Sunday, it's over. It's done. It's you might as well just stop playing, because that's all it's going to take for Atlanta. One goal and the series is over, and Atlanta is going to MLS Cup. But the Red Bulls, I mean, obviously they still have a chance. They've had a phenomenal season, but again, they're in trouble. So we'll see what happens. But last night it was disastrous. It really was. I watched some of the game. Atlanta played very well, but it was sad to see, because I had such hopes and such promise for the Red Bulls postseason after the season that they had, winning the Supporters Shield, and they really looked ready to do something in the postseason. And last night was sad. So speaking of teams destroying other teams, brother, Tottenham. My Tottenham destroyed Chelsea on Saturday.
And
destruction, 3-1. The only goal that Chelsea got was in the last minute of the game. It barely counted. Dele Alli in the 8th minute Harry Kane, your boy Harry Kane, in the 16th minute, gave Tottenham a 2-0 lead. Your boy Heung-min Son in the second half scored a goal that was out of the Ricky Villa, which if you know Tottenham, you know the history. He scored its amazing goal on an individual effort in the FA Cup back in the day. Heung-min Son dribbled through 2 all-world defenders for Chelsea. Just went right through them and buried a left-footed shot past inside the side netting. Unbelievable goal. And that made it 3-0. Just a complete battering at Wembley on Saturday. The win moves Tottenham past Chelsea into third place. That's why it was a key game. We're talking top clubs in the Premier League, and Tottenham just showed their quality. It was very rewarding win. My man G. Doug, who's the G stands for Glasgow. He is a big Chelsea guy. He was giving me a bit of stick, as they say, before the match. Smiley, the drummer for The Alarm, brother. He's another Chelsea guy. I told him.
Are you going to name everyone from England?
I told him 2 weeks ago when The Alarm played in New York City, I said, Smiley, I said, 4th place is in your future. And he says, oh, a little banter. And I'm like, yeah. I said, but yeah, 4th place is in your future. So it's nice to be right about something like that. So Tottenham now they play Inter Milan on Wednesday in the Champions League, and then the North London Derby on Saturday, brother. Tottenham versus Arsenal. There's a lot of hate in that game. A lot of hate. Oh, like take Yankees Red Sox and multiply it by 10. There's a lot of hate.
Islanders Rangers?
Way more hate than that. Way more hate. There's a lot of hate there. So
Big Ed in the internet?
It's going to be fun. Big Ed in the internet, yes. That kind of hate.
Really?
That kind of hate. The hate that Big Ed has for the internet.
Actually, Big Ed
Absolutely.
doesn't hate the internet as much as he hates Facebook and talking to people on the internet.
Either way, but yes, that kind of hatred. So, I mean, we'll see what happens, but good to see Tottenham just show it, and put on the kind of display that they did. The winter transfer window is going to open soon, and we'll see what happens. Should be an interesting season.
Good luck to them, and
yes.
Good luck to the Red Bulls. If they had a better playoff system, maybe they can win 2 games instead of playing a team who's going to play all defense. But that's a whole other thing.
Look at this, Steve Mandracina. Who's Harry Kane? Come on, Steve. Are you kidding? Harry Kane is one of the best players in the world.
Yeah, okay.
The world, Stevie.
Anyway, we're going to remind everyone that It's Saucy.
Harry Kane!
It's Saucy is on Wednesdays at 10 p.m. Student host DJ Steph transcends a new era of hip-hop and reggae with flavor and variety every week. Listen for interviews with students about NCC events, artists talking about their music, plus trending topics across social media today. That's It's Saucy, Wednesdays at 10 p.m. right here on 90.3 WHPC, the voice of Nassau Community College. That just about does it, brother. Anything you want to say before we leave? We have 15 seconds.
15 seconds. The Mets released Jenry Mejia. He of the 3 drug suspensions. That was kind of a procedural move. They were going to release him anyway, but he's officially been cut loose.
Okay.
And the Knicks have won 3 in a row, and they're really trying to screw up their season.
No, they're not. They're playing because that's what you do. You play to win. You play to win.
They need to lose. Herm Edwards is wrong when it comes to basketball.
No,
you don't play to win the game. You play to trust the process.
No, you don't.
You got to learn that no good deed goes unpunished, I heard.
Yes. Yes. Big Ed was listening. That's good. Thank you, Big Ed.
Thank you. Anyway, we got to get out of here. Thank you for listening. We will see you next week with a brand new show. We're here every Monday, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. I'll see you Friday with Beatles songs. I'll see you Sunday with the Free-for-All. Coming up next is Good Gold with Big Ed until 12 noon, and then Colton Murray continues it with the Retro Mix, or the original Retro Mix, right here on 90.3 WHPC. Timothy, take care. What's your Twitter handle again?
@RealTimLeonard.
The views expressed on air are not necessarily those of WHPC, its management, or Nassau Community College. Responsible opposing viewpoints will be considered by emailing them to whpc@ncc.edu or by mail at WHPC 1 Education Drive, Garden City, New York 11530. Thanks for listening to the voice of Nassau Community College, 90.3 WHPC.